lost souls. Oh, and I know it. Fucking with the old ones, you won't get fucked over.
What is up, guys? It is Tony here, and today we are doing a episode of Tony Talks. And today we are talking about a lot of things. We're looking at some Battlefield 4 beta gameplay here. This is some really amazing, awesome MLG game. No, it's not. It's terrible. But it's basically my first game into the game. My first match in the game, I should say. And basically, it's me playing on my PC, high settings. This is before I got those new drivers, if you haven't seen the video. And the new drivers, which really boost up your frame rate. Check that out on my channel. But yeah, I'm playing, Battlefield 4 beta on high settings, and just owning some noobs on parachutes and things like that. Guy went into the river. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about a few topics. Two topics. So a couple of topics, I should say. The first topic that we're going to be talking about is Battlefield 4. It's right in front of you. So we're going to be talking about that a little bit. And the second topic we're going to be talking about is my job shits, my new job and my new job opportunity, or whatever you want to call it, that might be happening soon. Because a lot of you guys who are on Twitter, who are on Facebook, probably noticed that on Facebook and Twitter I posted something along the lines of job interview today at 4, and then after that I posted something along the lines of job interview went well. So if you guys were on Twitter, you probably saw that. And if you weren't on my Twitter, go ahead and follow it, because it's a good way for me to communicate with you guys about what's going on in the IRL world, and what's basically going to happen to the channel based on IRL events. So it's good for you guys to keep updated, and also it's a good way for you guys to contact me. But anyway, so the first thing we're going to jump into, I know I said the Battlefield 4 was first, but the first thing I want to talk about is the job thing. Mainly because, well, I think it's something that a lot of people are probably curious about, because I just posted about it and everyone's like, okay, well, that's weird. Why does that even matter, that I'm going for an interview or whatever? So the reason why it concerns you guys is for multiple reasons. For one, I mean, if I take up a job, especially a full-time job, that might affect my videos. I mean, I might have to make less videos or more video. Well, not, wait, why did I say more? Or less videos, or no videos, I meant to say. So is that going to affect you guys, if I get this job or whatever? Another concern is that this job actually is related to YouTube. So that's another thing, which probably answers the first question. So anyway, I'm going to get right into it. What this job opportunity is I had an interview for a job I applied for at Curse. It's basically the Curse team, I believe, that does League of Legends in North America. If you guys are familiar with the game League of Legends, I think you might be, because it's a pretty popular game. But yeah, it's the League of Legends North American team. They're looking for a video editor and or video production assistant, blah, blah, blah. And I basically said to myself, okay, well, I edit and I use those programs, so why not apply? So I applied, and it looks like I had the opportunity to do an interview, so I said, okay, let's do the interview. I did the interview, and it was quick, and it went well, and it looks like I'm probably going to be going further in the process of possibly being involved with Team Curse and doing edits for them on their content, and being involved with video production and things like that. I don't know the specifics of it yet, and I don't really plan on telling you guys the exact specifics on it until I know everything is for sure. But for now, basically, all you guys need to know is that this may be a full-time job, and if you guys are wondering if this full-time job, which is going to take a lot of time, is going to affect my videos, it probably won't. And the reason why is because if I take up this job, it's going to be my first step into developing a career, quote-unquote, out of video production and video editing for, gaming content and media. Things like this that I'm doing right now in front of your eyes. So this is my first step into that, and because of that, I feel it's a good time for me to move on from school. And the reason why I say move on instead of drop out is because I'm not necessarily just dropping out. I mean, my grades are fantastic. I'm really... I'm really serious about education, and I really love learning. It's just that I need to take maybe a break, quote unquote, from my classes in order to focus on my career. and I really want to be able to focus on Curse if I get involved with Curse, because this is a really cool job opportunity, and I'm really excited about doing some editing for them and getting involved with their team. And I think it'd be awesome to take up this opportunity and really put a lot of work and effort into this. So I'm not going to quote-unquote half-ass it and just, juggle school, YouTube, family, and friends, and Curse. I mean, that'd be a handful? No, not a handful. That'd be a lot more than a handful. So yeah, I mean, it shouldn't affect YouTube at all, because like I just said, I'll probably move on from school, and I'll probably have more time because of that, which means I can allocate time spent for Curse to the hours that are freed up from school. Therefore, I'll still have the same amount of time to work on these videos. Also, some of the content that I start making through Curse and through other odd jobs that I do down the road, because I might pick up some jobs for like basic video production, might be uploaded onto my channel, the making of vlogs, whatever, all that type of stuff. Maybe more commentaries on stuff like this, or maybe tutorials. I don't know. We'll see. But basically, it's going to be a really tough job to do, because it's going to take a lot of learning, because there are a lot of things that they expect of a video production person, or assistant, I think is the title, that I don't really know 100% how to do yet, and it's going to take a lot of time and effort to learn these things or master these things to the fullest extent. Even though I do have 6 years of experience behind me, there's always new things in this this community of tech and all the shit going on. So basically, that is the job opportunity, job thing stuff that's going on. Basically, you shouldn't have to worry at all. It shouldn't affect my content too much. I mean, there may be like a week or something like that where I have to go somewhere and do something that requires me to be out of town, and in that case I might say, hey, no vids for a week, sorry, I'll make it up to you guys, and I'll probably make it up through double videos or something like that. So you won't have to worry too much. It shouldn't affect my channel, and I'm really excited about it. And I have to thank you guys for this as well, because even though I'm not sure if it directly affected my ability to get this job, I put it on my resume that I have 11,500 subscribers, that I have lots of great supporters out there, that I've built a community around, and that, you guys made that happen. And if it wasn't for you guys, I couldn't put it on the resume. So, I guess I could thank you to some extent for that, and for just pushing me to keep trying new things and keep you guys entertained. And as I do these things, you guys comment and you tell me that I'm doing good. And that's always good to have a bit of direction. I think that's a huge part of any sort of art, because this is an art form in a way. Maybe not this commentary, but other videos I do, it's an art form. And any sort of art form or creation, you need critique. If you don't have critique, if you don't have feedback, you're 90% of the time you're gonna screw up, or you're gonna go in the wrong direction, and you're gonna waste time. So it's good to have you guys there to be that critique, be those critics, I should say, of my content. So now that that's out of the way, that is pretty much it for that. Now let's go ahead and get to the elephant in the room. I think I've used that phrase already in this commentary. Did I? I'm not sure. I might have used it in a different commentary. But yeah, the elephant in the room, which is the game right in front of you, which is Battlefield 4. Now, Battlefield 4, as you guys know, I've been playing it a little bit and testing out surround and all sorts of settings. The game runs extremely well on my system, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. There's really nothing wrong with it as far as I can see. I haven't seen any like major bugs that are game breaking yet. It's just been fun for the most part to play Battlefield 4, and I haven't really gotten too angry or anything. If I had to talk about the technical side of things, man, I got to admit that Battlefield 3 is pretty much the same as Battlefield 4, or vice versa. Battlefield 4 is the same as Battlefield 3. There's not too many major differences. The big differences usually lie in very specific features, things like the class loadout system, the way it works now, which is, I got to admit, a lot better, but it's something they could have just patched on Battlefield 3, so I'm not too impressed by it. It's just basically the ability to change your guns and all of your attachments and things like that inside of the respawn system. That's another thing, the respawn system. The respawn system where you can just double-click and deploy anywhere you want on the map that a squad member's at, or a capped location or a vehicle. That's really cool. I think it's a really fun system that really adds to the game in a lot of ways. And there's a lot of little graphical quirks, if you will. One of them that I noticed is there's a lot more paper flying through the air. You can see that right now. And another one is that when you pause your game, you go ahead and see some bokeh, which is the thing that you get when you defocus on your camera, on your DSLR or your cinema camera or whatever you use, which is cool. I mean, it's I feel like everyone's starting to use bokeh in their effects, and as you can see, I get a hit marker there. So yeah, that's that. And then in terms of mechanics of guns, I mean, most of the guns feel the same as Battlefield 3. The one gun that really makes it is really different, in my opinion, is the sniper. I feel like the sniper may have a little bit less drop. I just shot straight up at a massive skyscraper and got a hit marker on someone that I was aiming at the stomach at. I believe I was aiming at the stomach. That basically tells me that, at the end of the day, they might have made it a little bit easier to use a sniper, which is a little bit disappointing. I got to admit, I kind of wish that they didn't do that. But, also, it's, just the way things move sometimes. They've been, ever since Battlefield 3, they've been moving towards making snipers a little bit easier to use. But personally, I miss Battlefield Bad Company 2 and even Battlefield 1943, where snipers were just a lot of fun. Because you had to line up your shot, account for movements, and time it would take for the bullet to reach someone, etc., etc. That guy just exploded my skull. I mean, look at that blood. The blood looks terrible. I mean, that looks terribly 2D. But anyway, in terms of the graphics, really, I don't see a massive difference in graphics. It's another place where I'm kind of less than impressed. The gameplay itself, it plays like Battlefield 3. One thing that I find interesting is the new game types. The game types are cool. One of them that I found really interesting, which is new, I believe, is the Domination game type. And the Domination game type is basically the COD Domination. I mean, it's generically the same thing, which is fine because it's not like COD owns Domination. I believe Domination was a game type that existed way before Activision started using it. But it's very cool to see it in Battlefield, and it's really fun to play. I enjoy it over Conquest any day, but as you can see, I'm playing Conquest right now, and we did pretty good, actually, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Otherwise, other things that I would like to comment on, one thing is the really cool destructible environments. Everyone's been talking about these. The way the sea point literally turns in from a skyscraper, it just collapses at some point in the game, and then boom, it becomes a pile of rubble that you have to capture. Why you have to capture a pile of rubble, I don't know, but you do, and that's kind of how it works for C, which is awesome. It's a cool feature. It's Battlefield doing its thing. It's EA doing its thing with the destructible environments. And I gotta be honest, those things have been a trademark that's been very, very good, because I feel like those destructible environments add something to every aspect of the game. To the competitive side of the game, it makes it so you have to have multiple strategies for one map. That means that, the map changes. It's like a map within a map or something like that. Mapception. So I think it's a really cool feature that they need to keep doing over and over again, because it's just incredible. One thing that really bothers me, I'll bring it up right now while I'm in the elevator, is that everything in this game is penetratable. I swear, I sat behind a concrete bunker and it just crumbled to a AK, and I just died. It was weird. And another thing is, I was inside of an elevator at one point, and they just shot up the elevator, and I just died inside of the elevator. It's realistic. I'll give them that. I mean, when you look at the bullets that some of these guns shoot, yeah, they can shoot through concrete. Yeah, they can shoot through metal. But at the same time, it's a little annoying because it makes it hard to play a game. I mean, the point of this game, at least, I know some people want it to be ultra realistic, but it's not a military simulator. It's a first-person shooter strategy game. And the thing about, a game like this is that part of the strategy is hiding behind objects. And boy, I mean, there's not many objects to hide behind. But I'm not too mad about it. I'm a little bit curious of whether they're going to nerf it a little bit, just a little bit. but they might not. We'll see what happens. Another thing I'm actually using right now is the grenade launcher. These grenade launchers are insane. I literally found myself actually two-hitting tanks a few times with the grenade launchers. I'm not sure if it's that it has a lot of damage or that it was already damaged. The tank was already damaged. But regardless, man, these things are pretty buff. Oh, and the water. What is up with the water, man? The water looks ridiculous. I think I don't know what happened with the water. I don't know if it's because of... It's not because of my game. I was going to say I don't know if it's because of my game, because when I was at PAX, I remember playing, and the water just looks terrible. It's not transparent, and then when you go inside of the water, there's like a line where it's like you're underwater, and you're under this like 3D wave simulator that just looks terrible. I don't know. It's just me, maybe. But I think the water should be clear. I think that would add a lot to the game. But I think the reason why they didn't go with clear on the water is probably because they wanted to allow people to hide underwater with the control or whatever, which is, you know, a good point. Forgot about that. Sorry, EA. But basically, you know, the game in general is awesome. I'm having a lot of fun with it. And I'd like to know what you guys think of the game so far. I think it's a lot of fun. And go ahead and comment below what you think about the game. And I think we're coming to an end very soon as I own some noobs. I pretty much was holding down this point pretty hardcore. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you guys enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.